Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible. With special thanks to Revenant, Anerdinwarpaint, Antonio Hernandez, Matthew Holmquist, Nathan Welch Jr., and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Solasta, Crown of the Magister, as we continue our exploration of the Master Mardracht's mystical murder maze. I will note, we did find our way up to that campsite. Turns out we just had to fly. In fact, in retrospect, the flight potion in the shelf right next to it might have been a clue. But you can also teleport up there. You can, in fact, see and teleport through those grated walls. Regardless, we are now fully rested and restored, so I think we're in pretty good shape to continue. Let's see what awaits us beyond the scary door.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
Master Mardracht?
You know my name? How do you know my name?
We represent the Legacy Council, Master, and we mean you no harm.
No harm. No harm, they say. They always say that. Always. They lie. Get out! I can still defend myself, you know.
Well, 3 options. 2 of them pretty awful. Alright, Istvan. Once again, it is up to you.
You are right to fear us, and those who sent us. We are powerful, but you don't have to die. The gods have commanded us to kill you.
I knew it.
But we don't need to do that if you help us. We must have the gem of necromancy.
A gem,
But without your gem, we can't remake the crown. Without the crown, we can't defeat the gods.
You have the crown? No! I see through your lies. Your evil gods want its power to destroy me! To destroy Solasta! I must find the other masters. Give me the crown!
But...
Now!
I don't believe it.
Well, we tried. And honestly, I certainly do not mind slaughtering a crazy old necromancer. Though, to be fair, I can kind of see where he's coming from. I mean, obviously, from his eyes, we're the bad guys, because he's a holdover from an ancient empire that once essentially ruled the world and forcibly suppressed and enslaved all the other races. And then humanity came along with their strange alien gods and upset the balance. And it was only once the Sorax showed up that the ancient empire and the other races finally were forced to unite against a common threat. Once the Sorax were actually dealt with, I suppose it would only make sense for the surviving members of the ancient empire, the Masters in particular, to suspect that they might be next. That said, current events seem to indicate that we are in fact killing this guy, and I do think he probably deserves it. We'll just have to hope this doesn't have any sort of long-term repercussions. Once we get into the full campaign, that is.
Yeah!
Resistant to slashing damage, or maybe just non-magical damage in general. Oh.
Wait till the next one.
Okay, well, I was really hoping we could take him down quick, but he is a lot more durable than I expected him to be. No status effects, so it might be an item he's wearing, or he might be a lich or something. Let's try shifting our tactics a bit. I was about to drop a turn undead anyway, so we'll just make sure he's in the radius when we do it.
Too slow.
And we'll have Sir fall back to the other room and start popping in and out of hiding and picking off anyone who avoids the turn. There we go. Had to completely break line of sight.
Ah!
You're still in the fight, my friend.
All right. Someone want to knock out that sorcerer for us? Oh, you know what? It turns out that wand we just picked up was a wand of lightning bolt. Let's give that a whirl. Yeah, okay. Holy carp. It is incredible to imagine we can do that 7 times a day. And this thing recovers charges over time. Okay, Henrik, you're up. Perfect. Hopefully this will neutralize at least a couple of their heavy hitters. It might also give us a better idea of what's going on with Master Mardracht. Well, we did not get any reaction from Mardracht, so he's definitely not undead, but we got pretty much everyone else. I think Henrik might have just won this for us. I guess we'll pick off that archer, and then we'll just focus fire on Mardracht.
You have them now.
Nicely done. And now to mercilessly beat an old man. For we are heroes. I think we also need to operate under the assumption that Mardracht is living, but inherently magical. We'll see how he handles Sir's poisoned magic daggers. That's fine. They're not going to get far. I've got a pretty good idea of the dungeon's layout. No resistance to magic missiles.
I must do better.
Nice move.
No resistance to bludgeoning either, because that definitely isn't a magic weapon. Okay, so he is only specifically resistant to slashing damage, but I cannot imagine why. It's gotta be a magic item. Or maybe he's just pretending to be an elf, and he's actually a shapeshifter like the Sorax. You know, if he is a Sorak, that could certainly explain why he's so paranoid about the gods wanting to destroy him. Especially if he was around when the original cataclysm took place. Alright, let's go ahead and start cleaning up the stragglers. The fight's pretty much over at this point. We'll hold for a second. We've got every advantage right now, so we might as well leverage it.
More coming your way.
Well, lucky you. Let's try that again. Oh, wait, no. He's actually active again, so there's no point in setting up reaction attacks. Gotta say, I am loving wands in 5th edition. I'm a lot more apt to use something if I know it won't run out of charges.
Not too bad.
Okay, looks like we're going for the Enforcer next. This guy's still pretty tough, so he might get off a swing before we can drop him.
A palpable hit!
Enforcer's active. Proceed with caution. Incoming.
Of course you've been detected.
Nice. Nothing left but 2 half-dead whites. We'll hang back in this doorway here. We know where he's headed. Huh. Not the one we wanted, but that works.
That's on me. What went wrong there?
It's all over but the looting. Let's tend to your breath and see what we've got. Now let's see here. Nothing notable? Nothing notable?
So that's it?
Yes. I can feel its power. It's incredible.
Don't let it overwhelm you. Necromancy is dark magic.
Oh, that's right. Yes, we should probably sell it. How much do you think a smallish palace costs these days?
Stop it. You know we can't do that.
We must get it back to the council.
Can't blame me for trying.
Oh, sir. Ever the scoundrel. Ooh, this looks promising. +1 longsword. That's a nice little upgrade for Henrik. And our first set of magic bracers. Oh wow, even that's like 5,000 gold worth of Raised Dead scrolls. I can't help but notice we didn't really get any drops from Mardracht. That just seems to be a thing with Solasta, or at least the current build, where named characters, like Mardracht and Captain What's-His-Face, Adam the 12th, they don't seem to drop any loot, despite being powerful opponents. I can't help but wonder if that's an intentional design decision, like, oh. We don't really have a dedicated archer, but we'll hand that off to your breath. And as aforementioned, Henrik gets the +1 longsword. And we now have a big stack of potions of Frost Giant Strength, which I just re-identified. Whoops. Yep, they are still potions of Frost Giant Strength. Good to know. That spare set of magic armor we found wasn't auto-ID'd. I wonder why they were treated differently. Might just be a bug. Or maybe there's a hidden arcana check. Either way, I suppose it doesn't really make much difference to us now. Let's go ahead and juggle some equipment real quick. We'll want to make sure we get this stuff attuned. Anyway, I was saying earlier, I wonder if they deliberately removed the drops from some of the name characters, the ones that you can theoretically resolve things peacefully with, to discourage the player from working things out diplomatically and then just killing them afterwards to get their drops.
Light will guide us.
Okay. Let's see what else we've got in here. I suppose we'll start with this cage. Oh, that's actually another gateway. Let's just do a quick spot check for any missed loot. Oh, it turns out that this is where it teleports you if you click on the wrong rune. It's basically just another way to punish unwanted intruders. I think we're good. The Forbidden Testaments of Marbethan. I think we just found our way into Mardracht's personal chambers. I wonder if we would have been able to come in here if we had worked things out diplomatically.
What's this?
It's a journal. Look, dates here and entries there.
What language is this?
Draconic. They say it's older than High Elven.
Huh. Some scholars use obscure languages to prevent others stealing their research, or...
What? He's a dragon. How would that work?
The most powerful dragons can take any form they choose. Why not an elf?
That's pretty far-fetched. He probably just learned Draconic.
Oh. That actually would help explain a few things. Let's have a look at this journal. Nightmares again. The battle, the rift, Kasinex with a crown, bathed in power. The humans, the gods, the gods! What are they? Why so powerful? Why couldn't we stop them? Why did they come? Why haven't they come for me? They will, I know it. All of us who were there, they'll hunt us, kill us, maybe worse. I will be ready. I am ready. This old worm has a few tricks yet. Oh, yes. We were as powerful as gods ourselves once. The elves have forgotten, but once they knew. Yes, they did. Why don't they come? Have these alien gods been destroyed already? Is it safe outside? Or is that what they want me to think? They won't lure me out. Oh no. Never. Yeah, that sounds about right. Interesting side note, though, he definitely wrote that as if he wasn't an elf himself. I'm particularly drawn to the fact that he used the word worm in reference to himself, but spelled W-O-R-M instead of W-Y-R-M. The entry also seems to imply that Mardracht was present for the closing of the Grand Portal, the event that triggered the Cataclysm. The implication potentially being that the driving force behind the ancient Elven Empire, the Arcaneum, was not actually the elves. It might have been disguised dragons. That opens up the door to a lot of potentially intriguing possibilities. I mean, maybe the Sorax are basically just trying to do the same exact things that the Solasta version of dragons had accomplished back in the pre-Cataclysm days, essentially conquering the entire world by disguising themselves as leaders of powerful kingdoms. Oh, nice. Looks like that popped us right back outside. That saves us a little time. Well, I think we're pretty much done here. Let's go grab that loot stash I left by the campsite, and we'll head back towards Caer Kiflin. Oh, shoot. I think some of the piles I left here disappeared. Nope, there they are. I think we actually made a pretty clean sweep here. I want to say the only items we missed are from the optional fights with Talbot and Lazaria. Obviously, I could just go back in and kill them now, but it feels a bit too, murdery. I will say, if this was the full campaign, I would at least consider it. The loot and XP would be a lot more useful if I knew we had more than just one more dungeon ahead of us. I think that's good enough. We could just leave some of the heavier items for the scavengers, but this way we'll pull in a little extra coin. Let's do a quick XP check. About halfway to level 6. Not bad. Oh, look at that. And this, the Bone Keep. I can't actually seem to click on it, though. I guess it's just an unimplemented location for now, similar to Alois, which is, I believe, where the flashback took place. The former center of the Elven Empire, and then later the center of the Cataclysm. The art's new, but otherwise I think that's the same description we saw for the Dark Castle. Anyway, we will set course for Caer Kiflin. We'll move at normal speed, knock out a couple of random encounters. If we're lucky, we might actually hit level 6 before we embark on the final quest of the beta. We don't really need a rapier, but I feel like we should craft at least one enchanted item before we hit the end of the beta. Yeah, what the heck. Let's go ahead and craft this thing. Who knows, maybe it'll be worth using. And on we go. A couple of whites. Certainly nothing we can't handle at this point. Oh, yeah, and it's broad daylight, too. These guys will be at a serious disadvantage. Oh, my. Sir is completely out of bolts. Looks like we wrapped up the Dark Castle just in time. I guess we'll just go two-fisted then. I don't see any reason to waste our one magic bolt on a cakewalk encounter.
You have them now.
Yeah, not too shabby. Got one of them.
Come on, you can do better.
Wow. It's good to know that, although I built him for crossbows, Sir's still pretty handy with a dagger.
You like that?
Well, so much for high ground. Alright, he's about to come back at us, so let's regroup on the fire.
A palpable hit.
Perfect.
Oof. That 14 damage offhand sneak attack. Gotta say, Sir is impressing me.
No quarter given.
Decent XP for a fairly simple encounter. You know, that is one thing that kind of jumps out at me in Solasta, is that the developers put all this attention into making a more granular interpretation of the D&D 5e rule set, but they kind of skimped when it comes to light armor. In the current beta, your options for a rogue are basically leather or nothing. There's no padded or studded. I suppose, realistically, it might just be a limitation of their art budget, because they did leave out other armors too, like hide and ringmail and brigandine. Mind you, I'm not really complaining all that much. It would be nice to get that extra +1 AC on Sir, but it is certainly not the end of the world. Nice. That replaces the poison we wasted while fighting Mardracht. Nah, let's save the rest of our Skarn powder. I want to make sure we still have some in reserve if we ever do find some better poison recipes. Oh, wait. We finished crafting the Doomblade Rapier. I feel like that's something they should have drawn our attention to. Doomblade Rapier. 1d8 damage. Inflicts bleeding. I mean, that's not terrible. Though it does seem to lack the +1 to hit and damage that our more conventional +1 daggers have. And we'd have to give up our offhand attack, which, as we saw in that last fight, can definitely come in handy. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. More undead. I'm starting to think that Lazaria might be upset with us for some reason. Can't imagine why. Oh, hey, we actually got surprised this time. That'll make this even easier than usual. Lightning bolt. Blip. Let's see if we can kill these guys before they even get an action.
Hey, that was mine.
Sir moves remarkably quickly for someone with such short legs.
I trained hard for this.
Nicely done. Is that everything? While we're not exactly hurting for gold, I would like to make sure we can afford a couple of nice final upgrades for that last mission. By my reckoning, we should now have access to some of the better gear from the Arcanium vendor. Roaming fanatics. That's new. That seems to be a recurring trouble spot on this particular map. Cult fanatic, huh? More minions of the Sorax, I imagine. Sadly, these guys do not realize just how badly outclassed they are. But they'll know soon enough. Oh, you're in for it now. Poor guy.
Next time!
Right, no bolts.
You lose!
Oh, yeah. That's some pretty meager XP. Which makes sense. This was definitely below our challenge rating. And we are back. Alright, folks. We're past time, but let's go have a chat with the council, hand over Angby's bones, and then I think we'll be at a good stopping point. Oh, huh. Our contact isn't here. Hold on. Okay, so just travel straight to the monastery. Our guys did say to get back to the council, though, right? You know, considering that we're basically pushing the end of the beta at this point, it might be that they just focused on getting the dungeon implemented, but not the content surrounding it. Yeah, that's 2 more hand axes for your breath. Oh, and you know what? Let's go ahead and crack open that pesky chest. Actually, let's give Sir one more shot. Hey, there you go. A whole lot of work for a basic assortment of healing items. Okay, well, let's go hand over Angby's bones, and then I think we'll be at a good stopping point.
Delegate Summer, may we speak with you?
Yes, what is it?
We have something for you.
Or rather, someone.
Angby? Angby Cramson? Is that you?
Ha! It is, or was. Anyway, I'm here. These kind deputies brought my bones back, and my spirit came with them.
Thank you, deputies. I am in your debt. And so is the Guild of Antiquarians. On behalf of the Guild, let me offer you something for your trouble. I will make sure you go home to your family for burial, Angby.
Thank you, Halman. But before you do, I'd like to make my report.
Your report?
One advantage of being a ghost is the ability to walk through walls, you see. So, after my death, I was able to conduct a very thorough survey of an imperial necropolis. I couldn't lift a pen to write it down, so I'll report in person, if that's acceptable.
Well, let me take you to the Chancellor. She will want to know.
Capital! We're distant cousins, you know.
No, I didn't.
I really like the way they played Halman's reaction to that whole chain of events. And, yeah, sadly, it does appear that they have not actually implemented a proper resolution to the quest. No reward, no reputation. The quest isn't even cleared out of our journal. But that's fine. Like I said, we are bumping up right against the end of the current beta. We've got this one last journey out to the monastery, and then we'll be done. At least until the full launch version comes out. Because, yeah, I have to say, I have really enjoyed playing this game. And I am very much looking forward to getting my hands on a complete version. Anyway, we are indeed at a good stopping point, so let's hit the pause button for now. I will get our inventory pared down and hand over that last batch of renown items. That should unlock an assortment of new toys for us to purchase. So we will pick up here next time, fully loaded and ready to go on one last adventure. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Solasta, Crown of the Magister, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube and Twitch channels, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. As always, links are in the description.
Can't blame me for trying.